to the Stevie and LeAnne show. I'm wondering if anybody's going to show up. But
because neither of us advertised anything.
No, we just wanted to hang out. That's it.
That's
We
really what it is.
have any topics or anything like that.
We're happy to talk together.
We have so much to catch up on because we only
haven't
talked a little bit.
I know. We haven't really talked since Christmas.
I know. And I've been to Ohio and California.
You've been all over the place. How was it at your dad's?
It was good. It was really nice to see him and everybody. Yeah, the reason why I didn't go live on last Thursday was his birthday.
His actual birthday.
His actual birthday, which was coinciding with his birthday party. So
that's so good. Mm-hmm. That's a good priority. And how did it go in Ohio?
It went well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
looked nice.
Yeah, like as the video that I did. That's pretty much how it went.
Good.
We went through Amish country, which was
fun. That's kind of fun.
We sped through Amish country, like going like 100 miles per hour, and I was like, "Watch out for that buggy!"
Did you see buggies and everything? Eh?
No, not. We actually only saw buggies actually on the properties,
right?
But not,
they weren't on the road.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But you have Hutterites out there, right?
On the prairies more. The Hutterites are on the prairies. So Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. We don't have any colonies here in the Lower Mainland or in British Columbia that I know of. Do we have any Hutterites here in BC, Sam?
I don't think so.
Only ex-Hutterites. We have some friends that are ex-Hutterites.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a channel of a girl. She's a Hutterite, and she lives in a colony, I think. I mean, she lives communally, that's for sure. I thought she was in BC, but
yeah, I mean, maybe on the interior. I don't know. I just know, like, we grew up in I mean, I grew up in Alberta, so
yeah,
we would go to like for school. We would go to. There's one in Dawson Creek, British Columbia.
Dawson Creek? That's like the TV show? Is that Dawson? Katie Holmes and
yeah. That's here in British Columbia.
Yeah, her channel. I can't remember her name. It's like a Giselle. Her name is Giselle. And she's so fun because she shows like her Hutterite life, but she's like wild. She's like a crazy person. She's like me. And so she's always like dancing and stuff, and all the other Hutterites are like
that's funny.
Like if I were a Hutterite.
You would bring so much life and spice into that colony. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, this girl does the same for sure. Thank you. I think we have somebody here.
Oh, hi, Meredith.
There you are.
She's so small.
Hi, Meredith. How are you? So we just decided to hang out. It's just a girls' night out, and I'm changing the branding of my channel. Well, I mean, I'm niching down. I'm niching down to lots and lots of vegan food and education about food as it pertains to longevity and happiness and everything. But so our lives are now just going to be like friendly lives. I'm no more of this magical living on purpose. I mean, I'm still living magically on purpose, but but now we're
hanging out.
I don't know what to call it. I don't like there's guys' night out, right? Guys, but girls' night out. It's different. Girls relates to boys, but guys is just guys. Why don't we have a guys?
Gals, and that's just like weird. Gals, it's weird.
Yeah, it does sound. Yeah, it sounds weird, and it's like a little. It's a little country. I mean, I live in the country, but I don't know. I don't like it. Who else is here? So
I don't know. They're
Meredith,
being quiet. Oh,
so Meredith, I don't
oh,
have my
Ben's off
glasses on.
skiing. She said
Oh,
Ben's
it's that
Bob's off
time of the year.
skiing. Nice.
That time of the year where, yeah, she's got the house to herself and he's out skiing. Are you with him or are you in Maryland?
No, she says been alone all week.
Oh, you've been alone all week. Oh my God. Well, you should just, I don't know. Maybe you're like 5 or 6 hours away. You should just come and visit. Why not?
Aw, I'm jealous. I wish I was only 5 or 6 hours away. I'd
You
come
kind of
visit
are, but by plane.
by flight. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So, how are your holidays?
Mine? Well, last week, that last live that you did, I needed to just keep taking care of myself. I had a really rough week.
I'm sorry.
Christmas as it's just kind of part and parcel with that time of year, you know. Um,
Yeah.
Christmas is hard. So, yeah, it was kind of it was a bit of a rough week, just kind of processing
Yeah.
what all had happened over Christmas holidays and stuff. But then we rallied and ended up going out to Tofino for New Year's, which
Oh,
is
fun.
yeah, which is we went to Long Beach. Well, we didn't actually go to Long Beach, but that's where Long Beach, Vancouver Island is out in Tofino.
Oh, okay.
So we
Okay,
went and
cool.
visited some friends that Sam has known, I don't know, pretty much his whole life, and we've known them. I've known them since before we were married, and went and stayed with them, and it was so relaxing, and it was wonderful. It was just a
Oh,
really
good.
good time because that's where Sam and I used to live when our third son was born. We've moved around a lot,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we lived out there when our third son was born. So it was kind of like going back, well, his definitely hit Sam's old stomping grounds because he went to
Yeah.
high school there, and then we lived there for a couple of years when we were just young and married. So it was
I'm
nice.
glad
It's a beautiful
things
area.
turned around, you know.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's Christmas is hard, especially with like the big old Christmas pride parade all around you everywhere, you know. It's
hmm
just
And then
yeah.
you're seeing everything on social media. I had to just kind of really step back from social media
Oh,
because
yeah.
everybody's posting stuff of, families getting together and time with their grandkids and all of those things. And it's just like, it's just too hard on my heart,
Yeah.
you know. And it's
I
not that I don't appreciate that for other people. It's like I'm
yeah.
so thankful other people have it, but it just hurts,
Yeah.
when you know it's something that you just can't have right now. So
Right. I miss my
yeah,
grandson too, and it's his
yeah,
birthday is on December, Christmas
yeah,
Eve.
yeah, yeah. It's hard, like when your family is just like completely, shut you out. It's like we don't
Yeah.
even have the option of seeing them because they're not that
Yeah.
far, right? They're not that far away, so we don't get to talk to them. We don't get to see them. We don't get to have any contact with them. So, but we
Yeah.
did, Sam did message and ask if we could, because we don't want to overstep any
Mhm.
boundaries that they've set. It's not really boundaries, but um, if we could send a parcel and send
Yeah.
some gifts. And they said, yeah, that's fine. So we weren't even sure if we'd hear back from that text.
Yeah.
So, but we did.
Same
And he said,
situation is going on in my family too. Not with us, but with other people in my
it's
family, and
it's a
it's
lot more common. Thank you, Meredith. Yeah,
yeah. What
it's
does she
hard.
say?
She
What
just
is
said, "I'm
Meredith
sorry,
saying?
sweetie."
Yeah. Oh, she says, I'm going to be visiting soon. I almost
Is
choked on
she
my
coming?
spit.
Is she coming to see you?
Well, I mean, we don't have a plan, but I'll leave a light on. I just
I
have these
love that.
glasses right here. Yes, I'm going to Taos with him end of the month. Ah, Taos.
Where's
That's
that?
in New Mexico. It's northern New
Oh,
Mexico, and it's beautiful. It's so enchanting. It's land of enchantment, and
Oh, really?
Taos
I'll have
is,
to look it
yeah,
up.
it's just
I've never
amazing.
heard of it.
So it's up near Colorado, and
Mm-hmm.
it definitely has, a strong Indian and Spanish tradition. So there's lots of, and hippie tradition. So there's lots of like pueblos. There is a pueblo, the Taos Pueblo up there. But there's like, just like a lot of culture, a lot of old churches, from like
Mm-hmm.
the 1600s. And D.H. Lawrence's ranch is up there.
Who?
Meredith, you've got to go to D.H. Lawrence's ranch. D.H. Lawrence, the writer, Lady Chatterley's lover, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, so he started kind of a colony up there. Like it was supposed to be like a free, um, like a commune basically, where artists would just come and just be themselves. And Georgia O'Keeffe lived there. She lived in a little
Ooh.
tiny house, and there's some paintings of hers that were actually painted on the ranch. And this is back in the
Wow.
day when they had like Model Ts and stuff. And to get up to the ranch, it's a steep hill, and you can't actually drive a Model T up a steep hill. You have to turn it around and go up in reverse. So back
Oh,
in the
really?
day, all these like bohemian artists, and they're like flapper style, and they're driving probably drunk up a hill, just having a good old
Backwards.
time backwards.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
How
yeah.
fun.
But
No
it's a
plans.
artsy
I'm sorry, I'm
place.
just
Yeah,
sorry. No plans, but we've talked about it ever since we connected on social media. It'll happen one day. Oh,
yeah,
getting together.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so
taking
D.H.
notes.
Lawrence Ranch, hopefully you can get to it. Um, but it was so cool. I loved going there. I went with a ex-boyfriend and his dad, who was really into kind of bohemian stuff. So, and his
Cool.
dad also made refurbished Model Ts. So that's how I learned about
That's how
him
you learned
having to
about how they
drive
got
the
up.
Model T. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, Meredith, you need to go to D.H. Lawrence Ranch, and you need to hang out just in downtown. There's like cool little art shops and bookstores, and just like hang out, just be cool, and, and eat lots of, like, if you can handle hot stuff, eat green chili and red chili,
Mm.
eat the food. I honestly have only been to Taos a handful of times, but you can go to Santa Fe too, which is, I think, about 2 hours south of Taos. You can go to like Chimayo, which is where people make pilgrimages to. There's a Sanctuario de Chimayo, and get some holy water. And there's just Abiquiu. There's just a lot of. There's like nothing like New Mexico. Uh,
Is New Mexico, is it border Mexico?
yeah.
Okay.
No.
No. Oh, good. So me asking wasn't that bad. Here I'm feeling so stupid going, I don't know where New Mexico is, but it seems that Stevie doesn't either.
I lived there for a long time. So, no, it's weird. Michael? Michael? I can't believe I can't remember this.
What?
New Mexico doesn't border Mexico, does it? Of course it does.
Of course.
We never went to Mexico that way. We always went to Texas to get
And then
to
went to
water to
Mexico.
us. Yeah, right.
Oh, okay, okay. That's hilarious.
But is there like a border city? I think it's all wilderness.
Is there a border city in New Mexico, Sam? Oh, I was just asking if there was a border city in New Mexico.
No, I don't think. Yeah, there.
It's okay. Does New Mexico border Mexico? I'm so glad that Stevie doesn't know.
So if it does, it's
Right,
it's
right.
like you wouldn't want to be there. I don't think. Is Pecos in? Does Pecos border Mexico? Does Pecos border
Juarez.
Mexico? Puerto Palomas. That's a border city.
Puerto Palomas?
Yeah. And Antelope Wells?
And Antelope Wells.
Who knew?
Okay.
Oh my God. Next time we go to Mexico, New Mexico, we have to go to.
Sam's actually on his phone looking at a map right now too. El Paso?
El Paso's in Texas.
El Paso's in Texas.
Albuquerque, straight south to Anthony.
It's okay, honey. We're good now. Thank you. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
I can't believe I didn't know that. I mean, I actually worked in workers' comp. I worked with all these guys who like lived out in these areas and worked on oil fields and stuff. And I might have known at one time, but I just forgot. Because how could I not
You
know
know what?
that?
Well, the thing is that, okay, Canada has basically only one border and then the other border with Alaska. So I know exactly what provinces border the states and which ones don't, and which ones, border Alaska and which ones don't, because we only have that. But you have so many states in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Like you've got, yours is much more patchworky. Canada is like, don't,
Yeah.
right? So I'll give you some grace on that.
So, but you guys don't border Russia?
Well, I guess technically kind of, but I would say that no, we wouldn't. It would be you. I think it's only Alaska. Yeah, I think it's only Alaska that does.
I thought like when you get like way north,
Russia.
There's Russia, but it's not really land. It's like ice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can cross.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you really wanted to do that.
It blows my mind that what are the names of the islands? The diodes or something like that in Alaska, like when you go way up there. And there's these islands, like the little one and the big one, they're the same name, like the diodes. One's in Russia and one's in America, and they're like 30 miles apart. Like
crazy.
You could literally swim there if you could stand it.
Maybe take a skidoo, like a snowmobile or something. Right?
Well, it's all water. I mean,
is it all water?
Yeah, and
then maybe a boat.
Yeah, a boat. But I think the seas are really rough.
So swimming is
crazy. And I think the Aleutian Islands are like that too. You can get really close to like freaking Siberia. Like we're close to Siberia. I think it's Siberia, or I think it's Siberia. I don't know.
Can we get off of geography? Because I really don't know.
Sorry. Okay.
That's big topics where I feel really stupid.
I had to flex because I lived in New Mexico and I couldn't tell you if I bordered Mexico.
That's true.
But I know about shit in
Siberia and Russia. So there. Let's pick some other topics where we feel really stupid. Oh. I'll take for places in geography that I don't know for 100.
I'll take Canadian politics Canadian civics. I'll take Canadian civics for.
It's okay. It's a losing battle for both of us. Oh, look at this. My cord's just bouncing around here. Anyways.
So how's Meredith
That's
doing? I
hilarious.
had to put my glasses on. What was the
I had
second
to,
name?
I had to
She's in.
Google Hutterites. Were we talking about Hutterites when everybody was on here?
Oh yeah, maybe.
We were talking about Hutterites. Well, God bless the Hutterites. Okay, let me tell you about Hutterites.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yes, we were. Okay. When I was in school in Alberta, we would take, like field trips, and we would go to the Hutterite colonies, so that we would go and see the the big dining hall where they did all the cooking, the chickens, like just basically everything,
Yeah.
And so that was always a big thing. And we had Hutterites. Hutterites were known for their little polka dot scarves.
Oh
They
yes, on
always
the.
wore a little triangle scarf,
Yeah.
and it was black with white polka dots on it.
Okay.
So they always were in dresses. They're always in dresses. So that's how
So
he knew the Hutterites.
that podcast that I love, cults. Cults. I'd love to join, which
Uh-huh.
is so good. I love that. Have you watched it yet?
I'm
It's
gonna
so
have
good.
to.
They're just so fun. They're just so like authentic podcasters. But I'm gonna burp.
Okay.
But they always like talk about the cult, and at the end they're like, would we like to join them? And they have a rubric, I think that's the word, to decide. And one of them is like aesthetic. Is the aesthetic cool? And
Right.
they like the Hutterites because of the polka dots.
That's so funny.
But there's some Hutterites that have bigger polka dots, and I guess.
They all kind of varied, like they weren't
Mhm.
all exactly. I think they must have hand painted them or something, because they weren't all exactly the same,
Mm.
but they always had their little polka dot kerchief on their head. And we had, like I had mentioned, we have friends over on the mainland who were both they're both Hutterites from the same
Yeah.
colony in Manitoba. And oh my gosh, the stories that
Yeah.
that we would hear about living on the Hutterite colony and everything. It was
Like
interesting.
abuse or
It was pretty gnarly, some of the stories that
mm,
we heard. So they they were young loves, like in their teens,
yeah.
and decided to leave together. And they're our age, so
Mhm.
in their I think they're around the same age as us, and had um, they weren't. I mean, you usually get shunned when you leave,
Yeah.
but they've been able to go back and see, their family,
Oh,
some of their
that's good.
family who will talk to them
Yeah.
and stuff. And they had, I think, 3 sons. But yeah, it's just like they have their Low German accents, because
Mhm.
they spoke Low German. And yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I love
interesting.
it. The Amish speak Low German too, but I don't know the connection between the Hutterites and the Amish, but
Yeah, I don't
they're all
think
Anabaptist, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
but
We don't have Amish up here. I mean, I'm sure
yeah.
we do. We just don't
Mhm.
know. They're not like down south.
Yeah.
Like they're not like in the States. We just don't have.
So the Amish came from Alsace and Switzerland and Germany in that kind of
Hmm.
area. There's like that, and they speak a German that is very similar to Alsatian German. And so Michael has family in Alsace, and we went to go visit them. And they
Right.
said that when they go visit Ohio, because I like to go, that when they talk to Amish, they can speak to them in the Low German. It's the
Oh,
same.
interesting.
They even
Wow,
say
that's
the
interesting.
accent is the same. It's like
Ew,
Alsatian. Yeah.
that's very cool. I wonder if that
Hmm.
would be similar to the Mennonites, because we have very strict Mennonites here in
Yeah, it
Canada.
should be.
Yeah.
It should be
So,
because they're the same. At one point, the Amish and the Mennonites were the same, but
okay, they broke off
Men-
too.
they broke off. Mennonite refers to a name of a person, and Amish refers to a name of a person, and they both had different philosophies, and that's where they broke off. I can't remember the exact reason. It was something about like allowing tobacco or smoking or something like that. One was like, it's okay, and the other was like,
And
no
it was like,
way.
no, we can't do
Yeah,
that.
something like
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting. I'm fascinated that you know all this stuff.
Me too. I don't know.
You see, you and Sam would have these interesting conversations because he has a mind like that. He'll read stuff and then he just retains it and he regurgitates all this amazing information, And me, it's just like I might have
Yeah.
heard it once upon a time, but it's like, whoo, just goes right in and out.
Well, a lot goes right in and right out, but I get a little obsessed with things, and like, so cults I'd like to join. I listen to their Amish, podcast, their episode on Amish. And then I watch this guy on YouTube called Paul Santarelli, I think, but he goes and travels to places that and talks to people that we don't usually get to talk to, not about, talk
Mm-hmm.
to. We talk about
Mm-hmm.
them. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about them, but
Talk
we never
about
talk to
them, but we
them.
never talk to
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like he goes to Appalachia, he'll talk to like prostitutes in LA, he'll go to the villages in Florida. And but he has spent a lot of time in Amish country, and there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of different Amish groups. Like there's the very, very, very conservative Amish groups that, even like the color of the blue that they can put on their curtains is
Mm-hmm.
prescribed. It's a very specific color, and they have open buggies because you're supposed to always see what they're doing. And what is the name of? I always forget the name of it. It will come to me. But there's like a whole bunch of different sects of Amish and
Interesting.
Mennonites. Yeah, and so
Yeah, I know that about the Mennonites for sure. Yeah, that's very interesting.
between the Mennonites and the Amish, they're the Beachy Amish, and they're almost Mennonite. It's crazy.
The beachy ones.
The Beachy. That's what they're called. I don't know how to spell it. I mean, they're not like surfers. They all look like Ken dolls.
They all look like Ken dolls.
They're like with their shirts off building houses.
Right. But none of the girls look like Barbies.
No, I mean they just look like modest Ohioans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're pretty. They have like cell phones. They even have cell phones. But they have an agreement between married couples that, that the other person will go into your cell phone and make sure that you can't browse to certain areas. Like,
oh, that's interesting.
No OnlyFans for the Mennonites or for the beachy Amish.
For the beachy Amish. I heard, I can't remember who it was. It was Seventh Day. Seventh Day. No, not Seventh Day.
Seventh-day Adventist?
No. The Mormons.
Oh.
The strict Mormons. Some of the men or the people, I don't know if they was all men, but some of the men got found out having cell phones and because there was an emergency, like one of those Amber Alerts or one of those alerts went off. And so their phones went off and they weren't supposed to have them. And so I think they got kicked out of the communities or they got disciplined or something. Yeah. So that was just a few months ago.
Wow.
It happened. Yeah.
The Mormons have a lot of different divisions too.
They do. Yeah, definitely. It's
like some of the I on the same show that Paul, whatever his name is, he went and visited the Mormons, different groups, and the one group that he visited were polygamist. But they totally believe in free will, so like there's no arranged marriages or anything like that, and like but they have like sister wives and stuff. But the women are like, yes, I want in on that situation. kind of funny. Like there are some women who like the men die off and they've been like wives like several times over, I guess because these old men marry these young
Well,
women.
exactly. They're married so young and the old
Yeah,
die.
it's kind of gross, but they seem to like
It's
it. And there's this like 90-year-old woman, and she's like, I want to get married again, and she like is wearing like she's like totally bohoed out. Just I'm like, you guys are so extreme that you're so conservative, you're almost edgy. Like you are edgy.
right.
Like you're almost
You're creating a whole new genre and style of your own.
yeah. Yeah, it's like it's not even edgy. It's not even they're almost not conservative, you know? It's
I have
weird.
never, I,
Yeah. I don't know. But the way they like every time I go like to Utah or go to like the temple in Salt Lake City, you know, I could like they make a pretty good argument for joining the Mormons. They're
do
just like
they?
everything's just so perfect, you know? Like they're like a Norman Rockwell scene. Like the couples are walking hand in hand and they're so friendly and like
Hmm.
they this is why so many influencers come from Mormons, you know, like come from the LDS community. A lot of them
Because they
do.
know. Well, it's a facade.
Yeah, they know the market. They know how
They
to
know
market.
they know how to market it. They know how to keep things quiet because I mean like that's a lot of, their religion is
Yeah.
just to keep things hush hush. And so you know how to keep secrets, you know how to put on the right mask in order to make things
The
look good on the
Norman
outside.
Rockwell. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I watch and I'm on Instagram and on YouTube. I watch Cults to Consciousness. And
ooh.
she's from a Mormon community, but more of
Mhm.
a like not the polygamist Mormons, but
Mhm.
just the modern day. I don't know
Mhm.
what the
Like there's
difference.
all
What
the
so
polygamists are rare. Like they're so rare, you know.
they are and they're not like because she has a lot of guests that have come on that have left the colonies
Oh,
and communities and stuff like that. And they
okay.
talk about what goes on. It's fascinating. You want to listen to some of them. It's fascinating,
I'm gonna have
you
to
know?
listen.
Yeah,
It's
because I mean, like, Shalice came out of just like I said, like a more of a modern, relaxed Mormonism
yeah.
and just like her perspective coming out and even just the rules and everything that she had to follow and her family had to follow. It's really fascinating,
Yeah.
and then especially the hearing about, the polygamists coming out and the sister
Mhm.
wives that have left and
Yeah.
some of them had to escape, and it's fascinating.
So, like, so many of like MLMs, like the people in MLMs, I think come from Mormons. Like, I think that Jocelyn, whatever the girl who's part of Saint with the blonde bob haircuts, I think she's Mormon. I think, and the founder of Saint, like the founders of a whole bunch of those MLMs are Mormon, and like a lot of those lifestyle vloggers like Ballerina Farm, and I think they're LDS, and they just
There's
I
a
don't know.
lot.
They know how to do that whole picture perfect life.
I guess
Mm.
so. The rest of us are just like,
Yeah,
don't.
and Young Living.
uh,
Young Living might be Mormon too. It might be
it could
started by
be.
LDS, but there
Yeah.
are a lot of LDS and crunchy Christians doing it. You know, like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
the 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 crunchy alt right, crunchy white
Yeah.
supremacist. Did I say that? Like Ballerina
Nope.
Farm. We're just sitting here on our farm having tons of white children. Tons. Did I say that?
Did I say that out loud?
Did I say that?
Oh my gosh. That's
Lots of white babies.
just here to populate the community.
Mm-hmm. Make America. I mean, they don't have that accent though. I don't know why I'm talking that way. They're like from Utah. They just sound like me, but.
Okay, so we're going to switch the subject here. What are you drinking?
Okay. I'm drinking Cabernet. It's from my Wine Access shipment, which I'm totally an affiliate of, but I never actually did anything with it. I love this. I love this company, by the way. They're great. They're like a boutique wine store. It's not like shite wine. It's good.
Right.
But what are you
So what is
drinking?
it? Oh, I've just
It's
got, go ahead.
it's a Cabernet from Rutherford in Napa. It's called Dust to Something, and I can't remember the name of it, but Dust is referring to Rutherford Dust, which is a character like of wine from the Rutherford bench in Napa.
Okay.
What? Why do I do that?
I don't know.
That was like major geography.
Again.
Geology. Okay, stop it.
Stop it.
So what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Zevia, a ginger ale Zevia.
Is that like booze?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there
No,
used to
it's
be.
like,
I'm thinking of Xenia or something like that. Okay, like
no,
that.
it's a soda made with stevia instead of sugar.
Oh,
You don't have
oh.
Zevia? Zevia? I don't know,
We have
Zevia.
stevia. Yeah,
But
ginger,
Zevia.
Zevia.
It's
We
Zev.
might have it.
It's just a, huh? It's in the States. Anyways, and then just club soda
If you
with it
can't
because
milk it
it's
from a
like way too
cow, I don't
sweet.
know what it is.
And some lemon.
Ooh,
There's
that
no
sounds good.
alcohol. Yeah, it's nice.
I
I
love
just,
ginger ale. It's so good.
yeah, it's nice. Anyways, it's just my evening. It's just a drink that I have. I haven't been drinking alcohol very much. I had some wine last night. We went out for dinner with Isaac and Audrey, our youngest son and his wife, because they're moving. They just bought a house,
Ooh,
which
they got the house.
they got
Oh
the
yeah,
house.
yeah. I think you told me. Yeah.
Yeah, so exciting. So they get possession on Monday, and
That is like happiest. Some of the happiest days of my life are just getting possession of the freaking house.
I think
It's so good.
we're excited for them. I mean, it's a teeny tiny little house, but so they get the keys on Monday
Mm-hmm.
on, and then they leave for Alberta
Oh,
on the end of the month, and they're going to Alberta for a few months. So they're buying a house and they're going to Alberta because they've got a project. My son got a project with his wife's aunt to
okay.
build a couple suites in the basement of a house that they just bought. So we're going to move into their house.
Oh,
I
good for
know. I
you.
know. So because we haven't been moving enough. We just
Yeah,
thought, what the
right.
hell? Let's move some more. So yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
You're
moving.
probably
Yeah.
getting really good at it. You're probably really good at it.
No, we just don't have a lot of stuff. That's how you get
Yeah.
good at it, is you just purge everything that you have. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, Meredith. Yeah. So we'll move in February 1st. And then we've got their little house and it's about a block and a half from the ocean, which is
I saw
lovely.
that. You can actually see the ocean from like the kitchen.
You can kind of see, well, you can see the marina. You can see
Yeah.
the marina
The
stuff.
masts. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So it's just straight down. It's such an easy little walk, and I'm so excited to be in town again, and be close to the ocean. And they've got a
Yeah.
beautiful walkway all around the harbor here in Nanaimo. So I know, I'm so excited.
So that's going to be for a couple of months.
Probably at least 4. So
Okay.
yeah, 4 or 5 months, and
So when
then
does your lease run out for the log cabin?
here. Oh, we never had a lease.
Oh, okay. So you can just leave.
We're just renting from friends.
Yeah.
So we just we gave them notice for the end of this month. So
Yay!
I know. Yeah, very happy about that. So
are you
yeah.
planning on going to Mexico maybe afterwards, or maybe find a place nearby?
Mexico has gotten postponed so many times over the last couple of years, especially
Yeah.
this last year and this year, that I'm really scared to even say anything anymore. You
Yeah.
know, like when we're going, if we're going, how we're going. But it's just, it's there, and it's on both of our hearts. Like we definitely
Yeah.
want to be there, you know, and so we keep looking for ways to make that happen, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, a big thing is just obviously financially making that work. So we're
Yeah.
we're believing in that, and that's always going to be something, like it's just such a huge thing to us that it will happen. Just can't
Yeah.
say for sure exactly when. So
Right.
yeah, but yeah, so come probably June or July, probably July, we'll be again moving
Yeah.
because it seems to be what we do.
So for my birthday, I'm going to ask for you to get a trip to Mexico, not to be deported or anything. Just
Oh,
just kidding.
deport LeAnne to Mexico. I would be okay with that.
But I mean, like if you
Kick,
ended up in America and they're like, "Oh, you're not from here. You're from a border," and then they deport you because they can't
right?
even fathom because they're.
It's like send her south. Just send her south.
Right. So
Oh,
Meredith, I can't wait to share wine with you. Yes, Meredith and we like Riesling,
oh,
and I
okay.
just got a Riesling. I'm excited to try. I can't wait to share wine with you
Mm.
either. I am so I'm editing a video right now, and it's about 8 free and easy lifestyle changes that I'm making in order to help to ensure a longer, more
Healthier life.
healthier life, like to improve
Oh, okay.
my health span, my happiness
Mm-hmm.
span. And one of those things is to only drink 1 glass of wine a day, because it
Uh-huh.
has like a hormetic effect, but you can't have too much. So hormetic effect is like it causes a little stress, which engages your like survival circuit and like repair mechanisms in your cells.
Right.
So a little wine, just a little wine, 1 glass per day. So it's kind of like I'm working on kind of like New Year's resolutions, but I'm not really doing it for now. I'm like easing into this because, we're in the dead of winter. You've talked about
Exactly.
this it's not time
Mm-hmm.
to set
Yep.
things in stone. New Year's resolutions are just a marketing scam anyway, to get you to like,
To get everybody to the gym.
yep, new year, new me. And, and that is just, that primes people for shopping.
Yeah.
But so I'm easing into it. So I have like 8 things that I want to do. And by the time spring equinox comes, I will be consistently doing it.
Oh, good for
But
you.
I mean, I have been not drinking as much. Like, well, when I went in California, I did.
Of
But
course.
and then I come back and I am not drinking every day. But so that's good. And I wasn't drinking wine, but I need the wine because this stuff has because the grapes are stressed. To get good wine, you need to stress the fruit. That's what makes it like gives you the color, the phenolics. It's like
Mm-hmm.
makes the skin of the fruit toughen up, and it just builds more flavor and phenolics because it's defending itself. More. It's
Okay.
yeah. And I'm reading a book called Lifespan. You might know David A. Sinclair wrote it, but he's like kind of all over. He's like this expert in longevity. But he believes that these stressed out plants contain the sirtuins and like the mechanisms for like because they're stressed, they are trying to repair themselves and kind of
Okay.
store
Yeah.
that. You eat that and you actually get the benefit of that yourself.
Oh, interesting. So you should
Yeah.
beat your plants before you eat them.
Right. Exactly.
Take that, carrot.
Your apples should be bruised. If it's not bruised, you're not winning.
It's no benefit to you.
No benefit.
Oh, that's
They
hilarious.
got to be in their trauma cycle when you eat them.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm just traumatizing my vegetables.
It's so funny because they say the opposite with animals. You don't want to eat an animal when it
That's
has
been stressed.
been stressed and it's gamey and yeah. So
Exactly.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know, but I think but he's a molecular, scientist. So he's not
Right.
looking at like what I'm looking, because that's almost like the essential oils argument. Like these plants are defending themselves and that's why they have these properties and you eat them and you have those magical properties too, or not eat them but smell them or put them on your body, or maybe eat them, which is highly not recommended, but yeah. So it's kind of like the argument that it's kind of like the same argument as homeopathy too, right? Okay. But like LeAnne, I had wine last night after dinner. It was so good. So where did you go, Meredith? And what did you drink? And what did you eat? Because I want to know these things.
Because we want to know these things.
Yeah.
And we also want to know, did you beat your vegetables before you ate them?
This is
or did the
making me
kitchen?
oh, whoops. This is making me look so boo.
No, it's not.
Puffy
It looks
jacket.
so cozy.
It is cozy.
It looks so cozy. We went out for dinner last night too. That's nice.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What did you eat? And what did you drink?
My daughter-in-law and I, it was Wine Wednesday, so we shared a flight of wine. And
Canadian wine?
No. Some. There was a Jackson Triggs, which I hate Jackson Triggs unless it's like the signature, like the really high end stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that you get off the shelf is horrible. I can't remember. The only one that I liked was the Merlot, and I can't even remember where the Merlot was. So, anyways, we shared them. We got all reds because neither of us really like white.
Yeah.
So, and I had chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
I had chicken wings. Salt and pepper chicken wings.
No.
What? What?
Lemon.
Oh, sorry. Yes, lemon pepper chicken wings.
Lemon pepper.
That was correcting me.
I should make lemon pepper tofu.
There you go. Do lemon pepper tofu. Make it nice and crispy on the outside.
Yeah.
I went with a group of friends to Indian. Oh, for Indian dinner. I love Indian food. Oh my gosh.
So Meredith, like mostly I've had Indian food that's like from the Punjab territory, like area, like that's kind of like the Indian food you always get that has like the masalas and stuff like that. Do you have other Indian food in your area? Because in New Mexico, like if you go to Santa Fe, there's a place called Dosa and it's got like northern Indian food and it's different. It's like the Papa Dosa. Like I never had that kind of food until I was like 40. I had no clue what that would, and it was so good. It's so good. Hey, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Woohoo! The girls are all in the house.
That's so nice that you popped in. Oh, I like a nice Pinot Noir. I really do. I like it.
Pinot Noir is like one of my. It was my favorite for a while. Sometimes it is. It changes. I worked on a Pinot Noir plantation in Santa Cruz. I worked in the wine tasting room.
You would do so well at that. I would have loved to come and have wine that you poured for me.
Well, maybe someday you will.
I will.
Just
Saw the
just
post.
saw.
David might
Oh
be like,
yeah, I
oh,
know. We didn't really advertise because I'm not back. I've been working so hard on the new version of my channel that I haven't been like really on my game, and I'm changing some of the niche a little bit. I mean, it's going to be more vegan than ever, with a focus on longevity, health, and stuff. And so, in terms of the lives, I'm no longer kind of going into like the intentional spiritual area, living magically on purpose, but we still want to do the lives. We want to go every Thursday because we love talking. We love getting together.
Exactly.
And we love getting together with you guys. But now we're just going to keep it cash. We're just going to like,
just
chat.
chat.
We're just going to chat. Yeah.
Whatever comes to us.
Yeah. Like we've been chatting about
all sorts of stuff.
we Hutterites, Amish, MLMs, geography, wine.
Which, anyways.
D.H. Lawrence's Ranch in Taos, Georgia O'Keeffe. Beating our food before we eat it because it stresses it out, and then we get to eat their defense
all the benefits of these poor stressed vegetables.
Yeah. So Meredith says, I think we do have different Indian cuisines in our area. Like one restaurant has dosas and another one doesn't. I don't know if we have anything like that here. I mean, I've had Indian food in Chapel Hill. It's definitely like the Punjabi kind of style. I want Ethiopian food. There's supposed to be an Ethiopian place. But when I lived in Oakland, the Bay Area, so much Ethiopian food. So good. Do you have it in Vancouver or where you live?
Not here on the island. I don't think there's an Ethiopian restaurant here in Nanaimo. Maybe in Victoria. Maybe down island there is. City's a little bit bigger and a little bit more diverse. But Vancouver, definitely. Vancouver has everything. Everything. Yeah. And I mean, and then there's like, we've talked about this like way in the past. Just there's a huge Indian population over on the mainland. So Vancouver, Surrey especially. Surrey is very well known for its Indian population. And there's, I mean, a city block will have like a dozen different restaurants.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm sorry. Sam's correcting me on my language. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, there's tons and tons of restaurants there.
I just realized I could title this live like ethnic groups across North America.
Because, I mean, let's be honest, we do talk about these two white women. Because we're so educated. We eat their food.
I watch YouTube. I listen to podcasts.
It's true. I have a very ethnic family. My family is very diverse. Our family, actually, Sam's side of the family looks like the United Nations when you get them all together. Like, seriously, he had 10 siblings. One of them's passed, but we've just got, we've got all the colors of the rainbow in our family.
Ours just is like white Hispanic. It's just, that's it.
We have Mexican, so we've got Latina. Like our sister-in-law is Mexican. But we've got all sorts of, we've got Liberian, we've got Filipino, we've got East Africa. Well, I said Liberia. So, yeah, they're all kind of, we have Americans in our family. Yeah, full-blooded Americans.
Wow.
Well, some of them. We had, we have the Irish American, we have the Filipino American, we've got the Mexican American.
Mexican American.
Mexican American.
Are you Aren't you American?
Me?
Yeah. So when I went to Peru, I was on the plane, and the guy next to me was, Peruvian, and he's like, we're all American, right? And I was like, oh yeah, continentally, we're all American.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't even like call myself an American. Well, I mean, unless I'm speaking of myself continentally. I like the idea of saying that I'm an American in the same way that Europeans are like, I'm European. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm American. I'm continentally American
Right.
and
That's
nationally.
not something that I don't think many Canadians would ever say that. Although we do acknowledge that we are from North America,
Yeah.
right? Canada is part of North America, but I don't know. My parents would say that they are American, that they,
Oh, they would?
that they would say that, yeah, like in that sense,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But they would
Mm-hmm.
say they're Canadian before they would say anything else.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if there's as many Canadians that would say that they are American, even though we, like I said, we acknowledge that we're in North America.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
love
like
that.
same with Mexicans, right?
Yeah. I love
It's
the
interesting.
unity. I love the whole idea of
Mm-hmm.
we are all like one. We are all, and this is what we look like. Our makeup is
Mm-hmm.
this. It's
Mm-hmm.
European
Mm-hmm.
and Hispanic, and this is what we are.
Mm-hmm. And
Not the
French and yeah,
French. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Oh, yeah. You got Saint Pierre,
Mm-hmm.
that little island off of what is it, Nova Scotia? That's like literally France.
I think, is it Nova Scotia or is it New Brunswick?
Maybe it's New Brunswick. I don't
I
know.
think it's New Brunswick that has the part that's French.
It's like this little
That's
island
France.
that you have to have like a visa to get to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like
And I mean,
very
like even
French.
here in British Columbia, there's this
Mm-hmm.
little tiny part of British
Mm-hmm.
Columbia, like right down by right down by, where is it, by Tsawwassen? Is it by Tsawwassen? That's the States.
Contact.
That's the States here in Canada. That little tiny piece.
Oh, Point Roberts.
Point Roberts. It's called Point
Oh.
Roberts, and it's a little tiny little. I don't even know how many people that live there, but
Mm-hmm.
it's over on. Yeah. You can't access it from the States.
Unless
you have to come into Canada in order to get to it.
But it's in the United States.
It is United States, but
Oh.
it's right on the edge of Canada. Like it's right on the
wow.
border, but you cannot get to it unless you took a boat.
Yeah.
But you can't really
Like
technically do
Alaska.
that.
Yeah.
Kind of like, except it's like a little tiny spot. It's
Oh,
really weird.
wow. That's
Yeah.
cool. I've been watching these videos. I just, I love YouTube. I can't remember the channel, but it's this couple. They have two channels. And it's this guy from England and this girl from Mexico, and they are biking from Alaska all the way to Argentina.
Oh. What are their names? Who is it?
Her name is Victoria, I think. I think it's Victoria. It's like a name like that. And his name is Greg something.
And they're okay. Tell me what countries they're from.
Again? I think he's from England. I think he's British.
Okay.
And she's from Mexico, so she's like from
okay. So I'm thinking
Chihuahua.
of somebody. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Very cool.
And she's super cute. So her channel is in Spanish, and she's like adorable. Like she's like got the best like laugh ever.
Right.
And he's fine.
He's fine. He's fine.
Well, I mean, he's got charisma. He's got but she's like adorable. And her channel's in Spanish, but it's really easy to understand Spanish. So it's like a really good way, and the subtitles pop up too. But it's a good way to
learn some Spanish.
Yeah, to practice your Spanish. Yeah.
I don't. My Spanish is horrible. I'll have to get that link from you.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. She does. I'll put it also in the show notes in case anybody's interested. But she just speaks like slowly and clearly.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
I find that I can understand her, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you take Spanish in school?
No, not well. I mean, it was required, but I had a Spanish nanny. I had nannies, from El Salvador and Guatemala, and then I was in Peru for 6 months, and Brazil, but I spoke Spanish in Brazil, and I've just always had like Spanish around me.
Oh, okay.
So even if I don't, so when I went to France, I really realized how much Spanish I knew because I took 2 years of French badly. And when I went to Paris, I thought I would be able to understand, but I couldn't. I couldn't understand shit, nothing. And I compared that to my time when I went to Peru. And the minute I got off the plane, I could understand people, I knew
Right.
what they were saying. I wasn't lost. When I was in Paris, I was lost. Like I was just like I couldn't ask someone directions because they would give it to me in French, you know. And I remember being in a taxi and I was trying to get to someplace, and the guy who was my driver, he was like speaking in, I don't know, it's like Farsi or something. And then he interrupted his call. He was on a phone call, and I was giving him directions. And he's like, "In Paris, we speak English, or we speak French." And I was like, "What are you speaking? It's not French, you know."
Exactly.
And eventually, he took me. Oh, here's Mike. Are you going to bed?
Yep.
Mike. Public display of affection all over YouTube. Good night, love. I love you. Yeah, but he just toyed with me for a while, and then he took me to the cafe that I needed to be taken to. But he just played dumb and everything. It was just terrible. But
How rude.
then I went from Paris. I went to Sevilla, and again, I understood people. So it was just,
Interesting, eh?
yeah. So
Paris.
apparently, yeah. I mean, part of it is Paris, because Alsace is not like that. They're very, very friendly in Alsace. In fact, they would joke in Alsace. They're like, "We're not like Parisians. We like people," or we like, they would smile. They're very friendly. They smile and say
Right.
hello, and and pride themselves on not being aloof and difficult to foreigners. Ah. Meredith says, "Hi, Michael. Aw, makes me miss Bob." Yeah. Bob will be back in your arms soon. Where is he? Where is he skiing? Oh, Georgia O'Keeffe. Yeah. Do you know her art? It's amazing. So there's a famous painting where she's laying on a bench looking up at a tree, and it's just the tree. And she painted it. And I think that painting is actually at the ranch, but I'm not sure. No, actually, maybe just the photos at the ranch. I can't remember, but it's a famous. Yeah.
That's fun. So we've been at this an hour now.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I think we should sign off.
Oh, he's in
Running out of.
Vail. I thought that's what you said. I was going to say, I think she said he was in Vail. So, that's fun.
Running out of ethnicities to talk about. I'm not really we're keeping it German, kind of Hutterites and Amish and Mennonites and
We were talking about religions there a little bit.
Religions, yeah, kind of, yeah. Mormons. Where did Mormons are there? Mormons are just strictly American, right? Like, where did they come from?
Yeah, they started in the States.
They don't have an old. This is the old country. I'm in their old country. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. Michael went to bed. I have a kitchen to clean up. So I have my glass of wine to drink. Oh, I could drink it
Mine's
right here.
empty.
I
Mine's
have
all done.
I have Tepache in the fridge. I made some Tepache.
Oh, did you make some?
Yeah,
Did you
but
like it?
yes, it was good. But I still have some, and it's been there for a month. Will it continue to be okay?
I think so.
I mean, it's
I
still
don't know.
fermenting, probably. Yeah, I should
Mhm.
try it. Yeah, cool. All right. I might make some again. I think that I'm doing a video on legumes and like the health benefits of legumes, and I'm making legumes in all kinds of different ways.
Oh,
Like
that's cool. Are you going to try the egg thing that I showed you? I know you said that Michael's allergic to pepitas, but I sent that to you.
But that one is made with mung bean. It's very
Right.
similar. But yeah, if Amazon can deliver real fast, I might do them mung bean because that would be a perfect. Because I'm doing the breads and I'm doing, the tofus and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Eggs would be a perfect addition to that.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna get those mung beans, and so we'll also have legume eggs. But I think I might do ferments next week, because I want to
Okay,
make a
cool.
sauerkraut and potato soup. I've already made the sauerkraut and I filmed it, and
Good for you.
then Tepache would be great, and because people don't know a lot about Tepache, and
It's delicious.
so good.
It's
Yeah,
so good. It's so good.
yeah,
That's probably one of my favorite sweet ferments.
yeah. It's really good.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
made mine with just jalapeno because I didn't have all the ginger and stuff. Now the ginger
Ooh,
is
that would
supposed
be
to
so.
help it
Mhm.
ferment because it has yeast on the
The
ginger.
enzymes, yeah.
Yeah, or is it enzymes? But if mine fermented fine, and
Oh, perfect.
it's a fermentation kitchen, so there's ferments like
Everywhere.
like
It just
I
draws it from the air.
it draws it from the air. Yeah, like I made sourdough oats, and they sourdough'd like fast because there's like lots of native
Oh,
yeast.
yum. Tepache.
Tepache.
Oh, it is pineapple skin, sugar, and water and ginger. I use ginger. And
Yeah,
you ferment it.
it's low waste because you don't use the juice. You just like eat the pineapple itself, but you
And then
can.
you just put the skin in a
Yeah.
jar and
Mm-hmm.
sugar. And I use the what do you call it? The turbano? Turbano?
Is it like the Mexican candy, the pinocchillo or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's sugar. And then ginger and
I did use
just let it
brown
ferment.
sugar,
Hmm.
which is
It
probably
just gives it more,
similar.
it gives it a nice, richer,
Mm-hmm.
creamy, like a mellower, caramelier flavor. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we should probably sign off. I'm going to get talking here more.
Oh, Liz, I actually sourdough'd my oats. So I just covered oats with water and then it captured a yeast. And so it's now soured, and I just keep half of it all the time, and I feed it with more oats and water. And then I make oatmeal with half of that and half, regular oats. And it's really good because it's a little tangy, it's a little bit more complex, and it doesn't have as much of the phytic acid as well. And you could actually just have all sourdough oats and have probably no phytic acid in it. But I ferment it and I cook it. So very little phytic acid. All right. Well, we better go.
Okay.
Same time, same place next Thursday.
I'll be here.
All right. Yay.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Thank you for coming.